KwaZulu-Natal and Mpumalanga Health officials will visit survivors of the Paulpietersburg bus accident today. 9 ANC supporters were killed when their bus crashed in the early hours of Sunday. They were travelling back to Mpumalanga after attending the ANC's manifesto launch in Durban. MECs Nomagugu, Simelane and Sasekani Manzini will also visit the families of those who died. Well, Newzroom Afrika's Ziniko Mhlaba is in Vryheid and he joins us for more on the story now. Ziniko, it's the 9 people who were killed, but also a number of people who were critically injured in that bus crash.
That's right, Michelle, as you rightfully said, that the 2 MECs from Mpumalanga and KwaZulu-Natal today spent some time with the patient, just visiting and checking up on them and how their situation is. Remember that 8 lost their lives, and of course 4 are in a stable situation but are still admitted in various health facilities here in KwaZulu-Natal. We also understand that some of the passengers who were on the same bus have been released and are currently spending time with their families, but also there will be some assistance they will be getting from the provincial government in Mpumalanga. But I'm joined now by the MEC of Health in Mpumalanga, Ms. Sasekani Manzini. MEC, thank you very much for your time. Can you give us a sense in terms of the numbers of people who lost their lives, but also those who are still in hospital? What is the latest update as far as the health authorities are concerned?
Yes, no, thank you very much and greetings to the viewers at home. Currently we are seated at 8 that passed on, and 7 female and 1 male, and 4 are admitted, 3 are here at Vryheid and 1 in Paulpietersburg. They are stable and we are happy that we've seen them, and I was with MEC Nomagugu visiting them, and one of the things that we wanted to do was to maybe arrange for transfer to Mpumalanga so that they can be closer to home, but because there are advanced arrangements in terms of them being operated, so we'll wait for that process, and then after that then we'll then transfer them to Mpumalanga, where we can then give them care after care. But then also over and above that, those that lost their lives, may their soul rest in peace, and condolences to the families. We are arranging in terms of their family coming to identify them, and also in terms of making sure that postmortems are done, and the arrangement is that by today they will have completed, so they will be taken back home. So that's where we are. But also over and above that, as a department in the province, we have from 11 o'clock are giving those that were in the bus counseling, because we believe that some were even helping those that were critical, and also that those who pass on, so they need some counseling. So we have started with that process in terms of counseling.
Okay, talk to us about the counseling that is being offered to fellow passengers. What inspired that? Is it something that you picked up from your engagements with them that they might need that service? And what kind of service are we talking about? I understand psychologically, but at what level or at what extreme?
Yes, remember there are different categories. There are those that were assisting, physically assisting. So they were identified to around 5-6 of them, and we'll be giving them one-on-one, because one psychologist from the ML hospital already they are there with also those counselors that are there to give them counseling are already there. So we are going to give them group counseling and one-on-one counseling, so that because even those that are admitted, you can see that they are not in a state of a good mind based on what happened. You'll understand such an accident. So we are going to continuously give them the counseling, and maybe if it needs to be even the 9 families, we can extend to the 9 families. But we want to thank MEC Nomagugu for the work that they've done so far, and we believe that we'll continue to work with them up until they are discharged, and also as a province we are able to take over in terms of giving a further care to them. But we are happy that almost all those that have been seen from the CHC by doctors discharged, and now we are left with 4, of which they've done a tremendous job within a short space of time, and their response. So we are happy in terms of the care that they received in this province.
I mean, how have the engagements been with the families of the deceased? You know, do you know the state they're in right now? Has government authorities reached out to them in terms of meeting so that there might be a way forward? As you said, that you're expecting them to come and identify their loved ones. So has everyone been identified? What has the engagements been with the families?
From the side of government, the provincial government, they were busy with the postmortem. And the promise is that by today, they will be done, so that if they want to start with the arrangement of burial, we must not delay the process. But the issue of visiting families, you'll understand that they were going to an organization. So that part, I think you must talk to the organization, because I know, remember, I'm the MEC deployed by the ANC, so we interact. So they are busy with that process, and I believe that, as we have said, we are going to have taken an interview with the provincial secretary. Then the provincial secretary will be in a position to outline further in terms of other arrangements that they are busy with.
Okay. Just finally, for clarity, you are saying the 4 that are in hospital are in a stable condition. They are not critical, as it's been reported. So do you have an idea maybe how soon they can be discharged so that they can go and be with their families?
No, I can't say when are they going to be discharged, but I can say that they are stable. And they are just going to undergo some operations, but they are stable, because we managed to see 3 of them that are here. The one that is in Pietermaritzburg also, the indication is that they are stable. So we are happy with that report from our side.
MEC, thank you very much for your time. Let's release you to head back to Mpumalanga.
Thank you very much for the interview, and we wish them a speedy recovery, and also condolences to the families of the 8 that we lost their life.
Thank you very much, MEC. That's MEC for Health in Mpumalanga. Just give us an update in terms of how those who are in hospital are doing now. We understand, you can say that for sure, that they're in a stable condition. However, the MEC cannot confirm how soon they'll be released so that they can be with their families. But also know that, as from tomorrow, we can expect the family members of those who lost their lives to come through and identify those bodies. There's also some psychological support which is being made available for those who were traveling with those who got injured and those who lost their lives, so that they can be assisted, so that they can cope with the trauma and traumatic injuries, and also all those things that they saw unfolding. The MEC was saying that some were trying to assist those who were injured in that tragic bus. So that's the latest from us. We will try to reach out to the provincial leadership of the ANC so that we can be able to engage with some fellow passengers who survived, who have been released, and who will be getting died support, which is counselling from the provincial health government. So, Michelle, that's the latest from us here in northern KwaZulu-Natal.
Before I let you go, Ziniko, the MEC said condolences to the 8 people who have died. Is that the confirmed number of people who were killed in that bus accident, Ziniko? Or is it from the one province?
So, you remember that the 2 MECs were visiting the patients who are still in the hospital. So, they are saying it's 8 people who've lost their lives. So, I think that's the view from both MECs, because they were both at that particular health facility. So, I think that's a combined view, or that's a conclusive view from the health authorities from Mpumalanga and KwaZulu-Natal. So you remember that these were ANC supporters who are coming from Mpumalanga who got injured in KwaZulu-Natal, and that is why right now we saw the MEC from the host province where this rally was, but also where the accident took place. However, the health MEC from Mpumalanga is coming through as the person who is from the home, or from the home province of those who lost their lives. So from what we understand from the MECs, it's 8 people. 4 are in hospital but in a stable condition. The rest have been released to go back to their homes in Mpumalanga. Actually, they're already in Mpumalanga, and they are waiting for that counselling which they'll be getting from the provincial health department.
All right, Ziniko Mhlaba, thanks very much indeed for that update. He is live to us there as we continue to track the story of that bus crash, people who were on their way back to Mpumalanga from the ANC's manifesto launch.